Welcome to another episode of Not for the Weak Minded. Today we're in the Galapagos Islands and I'm going to show you one of my discoveries and at the same time expose their lies about geology and how gemstones are formed, because what I have found will make you probably the most richest person on the earth if all the value was to be given to it as we do today. However, I am not there for the monetary value, but I will show you. I am there to show you how the Book of Enoch speaks about the giants once walking the earth and their height, and also how through stories of passed down from the tribes of giants once walking the earth, and the Bible also saying that giants once walked the earth and survived the flood. And I'm going to show you evidence that there was a giant. Now this is the problem when you take, if this is a giant, then the things it's actually laying on, what the hell is that, the Titan? And then that is where it gets just for most people just incomprehensible that things could have been that big. But that's what I'm trying to get to you understand. If you look at a channel called Enslaved by No Media on YouTube, it shows you certain trickery of the speedometer and also to do with elevations. It's quite interesting. Also, when you look into Planck Institute and think of the principle for journey to the center of the universe, you'll see that actually certain technologies we have put up today kind of prove that the earth has levels, and that this kind of proves creation. And also if you look with my drawing of the Book of Enoch, you'll see that within the drawing, once you get to a certain stage, you'll begin to see where the levels are. And so obviously there's much more for me to do to prove to you through these ancient literature and through these discoveries that you've been lied to. So let's get into it. So what do we see first? Well, looks like a giant leg there. It's been decapitated. I cannot draw. Oh, it seems I can't draw on this one. Anyway, we're going into Island Fernandina. The volcano La Cumbre. Here we go. Turn it the right way. Voila! What do we see? We see a very large woman, giant, turned to stone with 6 fingers. Now the text say they had 6 fingers, but they also said a double row sets of teeth. And when you again flip through time, I'm only showing you what this through a one perspective, but I look through time, you'll begin to see that there's much more detail that comes out through time. And so you can actually see double row sets of teeth, and you can see the teeth, you can see the eye. We can also see how through time, oh, what are you doing? Through time, this has been changed, how it's eroded, which kind of proves that the earth is also not as old as you think it to be. And so look at the head. It's very elongated, and I'm sure this is kind of some kind of headdress. But what you'll see is, I'll show you a glimpse of this. Emeralds, rubies, diamonds, you name it, sapphires, gold, silver. It is, this whole caldera, which is supposedly a volcano, is full of just precious stones. It's full of it. Gold, emerald. Like I said, it's just chocker full of precious stones. Anyway, so this lady, 6 fingers, she turned a stone, she's in the landscape, and you can even see, when you look closely, through time, her intestines, as it's been eroding away. We can only go back through to 84 with certain clear images. Other than that, it's, you know, you can't get them. Just certain so-called satellite data, which is just pictures of planes, and stitched together to make a composite image from space. So when you actually zoom out, things start to change. In certain applications, and one I use on here, Sentinel, it completely distorts what you see from below, and you end up seeing lots of things that aren't actually there, but it's just like another bit of technological deception. That's just part of the technology. This one's not too bad. You see there's other things, so there's a reptilian being there, look. There, roll away in time. You see how certain parts of this being, she's got literally just gemstones, man, everywhere. So there's so much to know about this reality, but once you start accepting the things you see with your eyes, particularly when you go look outside with your eyes, not just use the technologies to see the world through the camera, but actually see the world through your own eyes, you'll begin to see that they've lied to you about everything, and that there is so much to see and know about this world. And you'll begin to know that the more you thought you know, the more you begin to know, the less you realise you knew. And it's, you know, some great channels out there for you to really get your head around this. Mine's not the best one, to be honest, because I'm proper deep end stuff, and I talk about things in a way that I know about it, but not necessarily you do. And that's my problem as well, because it's taken me time to explain everything, because it's accumulation of knowledge over 10 years. But you'll see that this whole area is just full of just emeralds. And so this whole thing, if you go and look at certain things from channels like Feed Your Mind on YouTube, the whole content, you know, about oil, about everything, he does it in a fair and balanced way, and it isn't him telling you, like I am, the truth. It is him showing you that you've been lied to, and that there is other answers, you see, about everything. Which is why now I have a theory of everything, which is why you need to understand that I've looked at a lot of stuff in order for me to speak openly with no script about everything I'll talk about. So these, you would be a very, you'd be the richest person on this planet if you got here. Hands down. It is literally full. Let's have a little 3D look at this one. It's not the best application, but you can see that this terrain, the terrain one's awful as well. Look at it, it doesn't work. Not bad for free though. So, what's really going on? See this? Whole dark area. The eye. Right there. That's it. So I mean, you got to kind of look at geological time in a completely different way, and unfortunately, there's so many. There's no simple answer to these things. Literally none. You've got to go and know a great deal, and each sort of area has had its own thing, history. So this is just one area that's got its own history, of which this, you know, this very large, giant lady with 6 fingers, double rows of teeth, and an elongated head was a part of. So, could be the richest person in the world. I'm not in it for the wealth. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe.